Hey y'all, it's Linda. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, it's been a hot minute, but I am going to do a will I buy it. So this idea was started by Samantha March. She does this series every week on her channel, but I'm just going to be going over new releases that either have just come out or are going to be coming out soon and let you know whether or not I plan on buying it. Even if I say I plan on buying it, that doesn't mean I'm going to buy it. It just means like, I don't think it sucks, I guess is the best way to put it, really. Inevitably though, these always kind of wind up being anti-hauls. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys because so much makeup comes out on such a daily basis at this point, daily basis, that it's overwhelming. And there's so much of it where I'm like, did you put any thought into this, or did you just vomit it out into the makeup world? I'm going to talk about the new releases, tell you a little bit about them, about the pricing. I'll try to let you know when they came out, if they've come out yet, and let you know whether or not I'm going to be buying them. Also, if you're interested in what's on my face, I'm going to list it in the description box down below. I'm actually kind of pumped with how my makeup came out today. I was feeling these kind of fall vibes, even though I am literally pouring off sweat right now because it's 95 degrees outside. Fall is nowhere in sight. But before we get into any of that, we must light the cat candle. This cat candle, if you can kind of call it that anymore, has a metal cat skeleton inside. And I only light it when I'm filming so we can watch the magic together and we can see this little baby burn in, I guess kind of real time, because I only light it when I'm filming and I blow it out as soon as I'm done, because also it's 95 degrees outside. I don't want fire in my room. I have a feeling this is going to be dead soon. And don't worry for everyone panicking, because I've seen you guys in the comments. I see you in the comments. I have a backup plan for when this little guy kicks the bucket. You all suggested some fabulous names like Catherine Zeta-Jones or Catrick Swayze. His name is Ben, okay? The cat's name is Ben. The cat is on fire. We can officially start. All right, I have scooted over so that in this region I can put a picture of what I am talking about, since all these products are fairly new, so you might not have seen them yet. We are going to start with this. This is the Viseart, the Petite Pro palettes in Midsummer and Solstice. These are their mini palettes, so these are very small and they retail for $30 each. The Midsummer palette is described as having soft, cool mattes and shimmers, and the Solstice palette has 4 mattes, 3 shimmers, and a duochrome. So these look lovely. Neither of them are up my alley. If you guys know my channel, this kind of pink, neutral, pretty, princess-like, that's not what I gravitate towards. I am sure I've heard nothing but amazing things about the quality of Viseart. This is a massive no for me, especially because okay. It's so weird to me how $30 for this seems extreme, yet the idea of $25 for one of the mini Natasha Denona palettes seems kind of reasonable. So I guess I would be just talking myself into a corner if I said the price of these seemed extreme, but I think it's just extreme because I don't effing want it. Okay? Patrick Star did come out with his brand One Size this week. It has been released online and in Sephora, so it came with, he started out with makeup wipes and spray, and I'm not really going to talk about those. I'm going to talk about the makeup. So let's start by talking about the One Size palette. This retails for $42 and has 15 shades. It has 9 matte, 6 shimmers, and okay, so there's a lot about this palette that I'm just hell to the no about. First, there's the color scheme. This, it does nothing for me. Really nothing. And I know that palettes aren't supposed to appeal to everyone. Makeup is supposed to appeal to different people, right? But this one, I feel like almost everyone I talk to is kind of what's going on there with this palette? I just don't understand it. It kind of seems very mishmash to me. And I think this might be one of those palettes where if you pop out the colors and rearrange them yourselves, you could put them into a more aesthetically pleasing layout. Maybe that's what's throwing me off. I don't know, but there is nothing about this palette that is appealing to me, but there is one part of this palette that disgusts me. Well, that's a really, really intense term, and please know I'm saying nothing about Patrick Star when I talk about this. He seems like an absolutely lovely individual. I have never met him. I've never talked to him. He seems really lovely. I enjoy watching his channel and I enjoy what he stands for and what he's putting out there. So please know I've got a hair on my chin. This has nothing to do with Patrick. I wish him nothing but all the success in the world. But In his reveal video, he talked about how he made the layout of the palette, like the actual orientation of it, a little bit different. So Patrick has very long nails and said that sometimes when a palette is like close together, he has trouble like getting in there like this. So instead, the palette, instead of looking like this, it's like this. It's off center so that you can go like this easily, but like that would drive me insane. It looks like something went horribly wrong in the lab and all of the palettes were slightly off center. And if you have any kind of like just weird anxiety like I do, I think I will actually twitch looking at that palette. So that's a no for me, dog. Next, we have the one size. They're called the Eye Poppers. They're sort of a creamy shadow topper, and they retail for $22 each. These look nice, they really do, but I'm not going to get any of them because I feel like there are more inexpensive, more affordable options out there if you want something like this. Like I know e.l.f. puts one out. You know, Stila has ones that are, you know, about the equal price of Patrick's, but I don't know. I think this is something I would have to test out before I buy, and you know, in stores there's no such thing as testers anymore right now because of COVID. So I can't see myself buying these kind of sight unseen. So that's, again, so far we're at 3 no's. Next is this Huda Beauty Nymph All Over Highlighting Powder, and it retails for $55. Now, to be fair, the size of the palette is massive. I've seen people hold it up and it is like this big. It is huge, and granted, it is beautiful to look at, beautiful to photograph, and it looks nice. I've seen people use it kind of on their shoulders or their collarbones, and it does look pretty, but I do not think there's anything remotely worth $55 about this highlighter at all. It looks like your average kind of gold, beautiful, but gold highlighter that you've seen time and time again. I think you're better off getting one from Ofra or getting even from The Balm. Grab some Mary Luminizer, which is much more inexpensive. $55 is extreme. All right, next, these are from M Cosmetics, and these are the serum blushes. So they did have these come out before, but this is kind of an extension of their color line. They did come out with 4 new colors, and they are $25 each. Now, these are serum blushes that are supposed to feel more like skincare than makeup. They go on very sheer, and they have hyaluronic acid in them. So again, they're supposed to feel more like skincare than blush. They also, again, they go on very sheer, but very dewy. Can you already guess that I'm all the hell about this? Yes, please, for the love of God, yes. Sheer, dewy, skincare, hyaluronic acid, like, yes, please, like, take my money, take all of my money. The one color I'm considering the most is called Peachy Peach, and they define the color as peach. Would have really blown your skirt up if I said the color was described as purple-urple, huh? Again, these retail for $25, and from what I've seen, a little bit goes a very long way. Like, you need 1 drop to cover your whole cheek, and it is very, very pigmented but sheer at the same time. So just a little bit goes a long way. This is one item, and the first one on this list that I'm kind of like, yes, please. Next, Colourpop came out with a collection called Wild Nothing. There's a whole bunch of stuff in this collection, and when they went online, the whole collection set, the one that had all of the items in it, sold out like that. Most of the rest of the stuff you can still get individually, so I'm just going to talk about these individual items and not kind of the collection as a whole. First, we have the palette. This retails for $18 and has a mix of matte, metallic, and super shock shadows. So I would sort of describe the color scheme as like dusty neutrals. This is supposed to be kind of like a desert vibe. Think dusty, think succulents, think desert. It's not my jam. So I know a lot of people who are so into this, and you know, I had talked to a couple friends who were desperate to get it, and I'm so glad that it appeals to people. Not me, no. The blushes, on the other hand, so these are $10 each, and there are 3 blushes in the set, and I want them all, okay? My dudes, if you had asked me a year ago if I would be putting multiple blushes on my I want this list, I would have slapped you and told you were insane because I hated wearing blush, and now I have to have all the blushes. You hear me say all the blushes, and you might think I'm saying I want 1 or 2 blushes, but what I really mean is I want all the blushes, okay? All of them. These are so beautiful, and to be honest, I've never used Colourpop's powdered blush formula, so for $10 and the pan sizes are pretty big, I think it's a chance I'm willing to take. So I might only get one of them or maybe two, but I think I am going to be picking some of these up. The other part of this collection is the Luxe lip oils. So these are supposed to be very sheer and not quite lip glosses. So they're not supposed to have like a stick to them, but they do have a bit of pigment. So they're just luscious lip oils. They do look like they deliver the perfect amount of color without going overboard, and they're only $6 each. So they released 4 with this collection and 3 are still available, and all 3 look absolutely beautiful. But the idea of a lip oil just sounds nice and easy and hydrating. Next we have the Cover FX Luminous Tinted Moisturizer. This retails for $39. Okay, here's what's also weird about it. Cover FX is known for having a pretty wide shade range in their foundations and concealers, right? Guess how many shades they have in this Luminous Tinted Moisturizer? 4. Now they say if you are Cover FX colors, I don't know, 1 through 10, you should get Tinted Moisturizer 1. If you're Cover FX foundation colors 11 through 20, you should get number 2, whatever. So they did match it up, and they say it's supposed to work for many skin tones, and they even showed it on their site with different skin tones. I just don't see how that's possible. But without that, I do want to say they have prebiotic and probiotic formula with anti-stress adaptors. That's just a word salad. At $39 a tube, this is one that I'm not going to be buying. And you know I love me a tinted moisturizer. I'm not buying this one. It's just, I don't know, it sounds like they're just using a lot of hype words and not talking about what's really important in there. Anti-stress adapters? Anti-stress adapters. Okay, Jan. Then we have this other thing. This is the Give Me Glow Cosmetics Sunset Glow Highlights. They came out with these, and they came out with one in a color called California Dreaming, and you can't see it right now, but I'm just like stroking my thighs because I'm like, oh God, I need it. This retails for $17.25, a very specific amount if you ask me, but this is just that peachy gold shimmery, they call it a highlighter. I would use it as a blush topper. It is a glow from the gods. Like you're gonna blind somebody across the country, and that's how I want my makeup to be, okay? I'm not a matte girl. I wanna look like a greased up turkey that has just come out of the oven. Don't judge my life choices. So I will almost definitely be purchasing this. It looks so stunning, and Give Me Glow is a company that originally became kind of famous, viral if you will, for their highlighters, and I've never tried their highlighters. The only thing that I've tried so far from them is the Juicy Olive palette, and if you didn't see the way that looks, I'm gonna link it up here. It is perfection. And then finally, I thought we would end on like a smiley, happy note. This is the Ciate London and Smiley World Wink On eyeshadow palette. And it's so smiley and doesn't it make you smile? Because it does not make me smile, okay? I think this is one of the fucking ugliest palettes I've ever seen. And I like Ciate London, I do, but like, what is this Claire's Boutique looking crap in front of me? This retails for $26. It has 4 shadows, 2 mattes, and 2 shimmers. Does this not look like something that you would have used as a tween? I'm just surprised this is being marketed as a high-end palette just because it has a damn smiley face on it. It's not making me smile. I mean, I guess I'm smiling right now, but that's only because I'm forcing it. I feel like the Joker over here, like, you wanna know how I got these scars? It was by buying the Ciate London palette. I should not film when I'm wired. So that's it for this Will I Buy It? Let me know any of the items that I talked about. Are you planning on getting them, or how do you feel about them? I know it sounds like I'm being really harsh on some of these things, but I buy all of my makeup with my own money, okay? I have to be real picky and choosy about what I am buying. So I am more likely to look at something and go, no, that's either hella ugly or I just don't need it. When I want something, it's because I have meticulously in my head gone over and over again of if I have that in my collection already, or if I really, really want it. So like, let's say I do have something exactly like it. If I really want it, that's still reason enough for me. 95% of this list, I don't want it. So tell me down below what you think. Tell me what's on your must-buy list right now that you are dying to have. All of these items will be linked down below so you can make your choice for yourself and decide for yourself. But that's it. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you like this video, if you like this style of video, please give it a thumbs up. That's the way I know that you're into it and I should keep doing these. I would also love if you'd subscribe and become a part of the Rockstar fam. And you guys can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Those are all GlitterFallout. And as always, and forever, you all are super freaking rock stars. I love you with my whole heart. I don't know why my voice is going up like this. And I will talk to you later. Mwah. Bye. Look how low the candle